Yo, what's up, guys? It's Dark Renegade at 50. Today I'm going to be doing an audio review about Battlefield 3. So I'm going to go through some quick stuff about the game, and then I'm going to head on to campaign, multiplayer, and then my overall thoughts of the game, comparing it and stuff. So basically, I got the game a couple of days ago. I was able to grab one of the last two copies of the limited edition at a HMV store. They had a bunch load of the 360 version, but the PS3 sold a lot more than the Xbox 360 version. So also too, with the regular and the limited edition, if you guys want to know the difference, this is what it is. Well, first thing, they both are they're both retailed at the same price. About $59.99 in Canada, because that's where I live. They cost about $59, so basically I overall paid $70 for it. So the regular edition is just the game. It's just a flat out, the regular edition is just the game itself with the campaign, multiplayer, everything. You will obviously get the online pass, but I'll get to that in a little bit. With the limited edition, it'll come with a code not only for the online pass, but also it's the same code for the add-on set for the 4 classic maps from previous Battlefield maps, from the previous old games, the most popular from way back then. Also, you get like 3 new weapons and vehicles and such. Plus, you get an additional code for a pistol for multiplayer. And that's about it. They also they also tell you that the manual itself isn't on the disc, so you'll have to, if you want to find out how to play the game and everything, then you just head on and you click on digital manual and then you read it. But for all the people that played Call of Duty 4, it'll be pretty obvious how to play the game. But for those that don't, I'm just telling you now. But anyway, starting off. For the campaign for this game, the campaign itself, it's actually pretty good, but unfortunately it's really short. But the thing I can say is that it really is realistic. It's like one of the most realistic games you'll ever play in a simulated warfare. I mean, it just sounds like if you were actually in Iraq or in Afghanistan and you're fighting against terrorist forces or anything like that. It sounds exactly like that. This game delivers a lot of great sound effects and a lot of top-notch graphics. For me, I play on a standard definition TV, and it still comes out really good in terms of graphics on a standard edition TV. If it were on an HD, it would be pretty much more crisp and a lot more of pure projected sound coming out of the speakers if you really got good 7.1 surround sound speakers or whatever. So that's what that is. Some of the elements in the campaign, it's like you start off in somewhere in Iran or something like that, and you're fighting your way through trying to kill the enemies and stuff. The guns in this game are freaking amazing. They're just, the sound effects, they're, like I said, top notch, fantastic. A lot of great key elements too. You play as a character called Blackbird in the majority of the game, and you're trying to hunt down al-Bashir. But also too, at the same time in the campaign, you're also being interrogated. You're being interviewed by 2 staff sergeants or whatever, one of which I recognize from Michael Bay's Transformers movies. He was also acting as the NES director, so one of the voice actors I actually recognized in this game. So he is a perfect choice for a warfare game like this. Some things they kind of copy from the Black Ops game is on Mission 3, you're controlling an aircraft vehicle, just like how you were going to control the Blackbird, take off and everything, and use the sensors to spy on the enemies. But in this game, you control, in the Mission 3, you get to pilot a napalm jet, and you get to shoot missiles, flares, machine guns, and then it's like the jet is almost like its own mini AC-130, because then you go in thermal mode and you shoot people in the ground and shoot jets as they're taking off from the ground and stuff. It's actually pretty cool, but I found that kind of like a little rip off from Black Ops when you're controlling the Blackbird and such like that. Excuse me. But yeah, so at times, if you're gonna play the campaign, there will be kind of moments where it'll freeze. So you gotta like be patient, but then the game will start itself again, and then it's kind of like saving, because in the campaign it'll auto save for you and such, and it'll kind of freeze the game. So try not to overheat your system, because it really gets your system hot, because the processor is it has something to do with the Frostbite technology, because that's the new engine it's being run on in this game to make it more realistic than ever. But yeah, campaign is short. It's kind of good, but you'll play it once and then you probably won't play it again, because knowing you people, you'll probably get the trophies like I did. I got most of the trophies in the campaign. And which now I'm gonna go to my next topic. As for the co-op, I haven't done it yet. You can play with it's not like Call of Duty, because in Call of Duty you have to have an online friend to play with you. You can't search for some random person, but in Battlefield 3 you can. You can actually search for a random person and he'll play with you whatever co-op mission you like to choose. I played already 2 of them. They're kind of similar to the campaign, but they take in different places in the campaign story, so it's not really the same. For instance, when you're playing mission 1, you have to hold the enemy line from the highway, and you're using a javelin and a machine gun, a light machine gun. I don't know what the name is, but that's just one of the missions that you do in co-op. And there's not really any specific time limit. You have to hold down the enemy line as hard as you can. The co-op missions are really challenging, and that's where there's a lot of strategic gameplay going on, strategies and such, and it's kind of fun. If you like co-op and you want to play with just a random person in this game, you can actually do that. As for Modern Warfare 3's survival mode and Spec Ops, I don't know yet if they're gonna actually go ahead with matchmake with a random person. I mean, they should have done that in Black Ops for the co-op as well, for campaign and such, but we'll have to see. But in this game, you will actually get to do that feature. Now, as for the multiplayer, there's a lot to say about it. Like I said, the graphic-wise in the multiplayer it's great. It's actually really fun. But as for a lot of players, for a lot of players that are going to expect fast-paced gameplay, I'm just going to tell you this right now. I think you just should wait for Modern Warfare 3 to come out, which is going to be in a week. This game is not really fast-paced at all. The maps are really, oversized, super oversized. You have no idea. Modern Warfare 3 and, as you know, Call of Duty, they like to keep it simple, make the maps small, normal, and a little bit of, they have a few large maps, but the majority of their game, they have, medium-sized maps. But in Battlefield, all of their maps are oversized. They're just way beyond anything that Call of Duty brings out when it comes to map making. It's not really a fast-paced game. When you die, you'll probably have to wait about 3 seconds to respawn, and then plus you'll have to pick a spawn point where you gotta, spawn with your teammates and such. In this game, you can go up to four players in a squad. And for those that are wondering, you can't really talk to anyone in this game, because the only way you can use your mic in multiplayer is that you can only activate it if you're in a squad. So only about 3 people can hear you, or maybe 4 people can hear you if you make a squad, but the rest of the people who are not in your squad will not be able to hear you. So I wouldn't really recommend using your mic if you're not in a squad and you're just by yourself playing with with random people, whether it be deathmatch, team deathmatch, rush, or conquest. Don't even bother turning on your mic, because there's not really a lot of people who use their mics in the game anyway. Like I said, so that's the only downside of the multiplayer, a minor downside, but It's not really fast paced. Maps are really huge, but some of the weapons are actually really fun to use. I love using a lot of my M16. You can put triple attachments on your gun, but the thing that sucks about getting stuff in this game is that the ranking system and the reward system is very slow. It is very, very slow. Getting things would take you a long time, because right now I'm at level 13 right now, and I'm still trying to unlock the next sniper for my sniper class. You have health, you have a health medic guy, you have a medic, you have engineer, you have a support a class, and you have a sniper class. In those four categories, you can customize certain weapons. So basically, you have like four classes to choose from, with four guns that can be triple attached with three attachments. You could put a bipod, like a suppressor, a heavy barrel, a flashlight, a laser sight, anything. You can also put attachments on your pistol as well. That's kind of cool too. So you can really deck out your classes, but you only get four to choose from. And, ranking up it takes a lot. It really does. So, like I said, if you think that this is going to be a fast-paced game where you're going to rank up and level up, it takes forever. You really need to be patient with the game and multiplayer. That's just one of the downsides with multiplayer. But other than that, multiplayer does run smoothly, and it's really good. It's really fun. But I'm not really the type of guy that cares for it that much. I just play multiplayer to have fun and see if I win. But another thing too is that if you're on a shitty team, you're gonna lose a lot of times, until other good people come in. But if you're on a good team, then you're gonna be having a lot of winning streaks. Cause I played for the last 5 hours when I first got the game, when it came out. I won 20 matches in a row with a good team straight. They just kept winning. And of course, I was playing Rush. I actually like Rush. Now, Rush is basically like Demolition. You have to detonate a total of 8 bombs. You gotta detonate 2 in the beginning, another 2 in the first half, another 2, and then another 2. So that's a total of 8 bombs you gotta detonate in order to win. And if you're defending, if you defend the bombs for a certain amount of time and they haven't planted, and you keep killing people and you keep poning them and stuff like that, you're going to win the match like that, if you're defending. So that's Rush. They have Deathmatch, I believe. They have Team Deathmatch, which is what I wanted them to put in as well, so that's in the game as well. They have Conquest, that's just another, that's domination basically, if you're wondering. And they have other, I don't know. I think that's just the only game modes I know so far that I've played. They have a lot of servers, some of which that are filled up. So your best bet is just to go in a quick match and just find what you want, and then it'll put you in an automatic server. Because if you just go browsing servers and stuff like that, it's gonna kind of take you a long time to find a good host and a good team to be playing with. But yeah, multiplayer has its flaws. Like I said, this is not fast paced. And another thing too that kind of sucks is that if you're with a squad and you're spawning with them, most likely you're going to get killed. So as soon as you're spawned, you're going to die, which kind of sucks because you don't have a chance to maneuver out of the way, take cover, and shooting the enemies. You won't be able to do that. So I just recommend spawning at the back of the map and make your way through and just take your time and find enemies. Maybe use a sniper class if you're in a really big map, and you should be fine. But yeah, like I said, multiplayer has its flaws, but it's also fun, and it has its good points. And with Modern Warfare 3 around the corner, I'll still be playing Battlefield 3, but I'm going to be mostly playing more Modern Warfare 3 than Battlefield 3. But Battlefield 3 is fun just to play for fun if you just like to shoot people and don't really care about your stats, because I really don't care about my stats in the game. But yeah, it's a great game, but it just kind of it's just missing some key stuff that it needs. you know, I think the maps need to be a little less, that big, because you could just go anywhere you want on the map. And also too, for vehicles, the only thing I like to use is the tanks and maybe the trucks to get around the maps, because that's the fastest way you can get around the maps, is taking tanks or trucks or whatever. If you take a helicopter or a jet, most likely you're gonna die, because it's so fucking hard to control it. I'm telling you, jets and helicopters are really, really hard to control, because I don't know how to pilot those things. The only time I'm in the helicopter or jet is if I'm piloting the machine gun or I'm sitting on a chair waiting. Also, too, you can jump out the plane or helicopter and you can parachute. They give you an automatic parachute that you can press X or A on or whatever, and you can land softly without taking any damage. Also, too, they have like health packs, ammo packs, so if you want to regenerate your health or get back ammo, you can get in multiplayer. I mean, they still got good touches, but there's just a lot of flaws in terms of the fast pacing and the ranking system, because the ranking system it's really slow, but I just wish there was a faster way of getting stuff that you want in terms of like equipment and upgrades and stuff. But I really don't care for it much, but I'm just telling you guys what to expect if you guys are going to get Battlefield 3 instead of Modern Warfare 3. Anyway, so like I said, just for recap, the campaign in Battlefield 3 is great. It's not that bad. It's kind of short, but it's still enjoyable. Co-op is a challenge when it comes to playing with a partner or a friend, but the good part is that you can matchmake with a random person. But like I said, Call of Duty doesn't have that feature, but this game does. Multiplayer, it's not fast paced. Maps are kind of really oversized. Weapons are great. Gameplay is smooth. There's no lag. There's absolutely no lag. Not much noob tubing. A lot of legit kills. Not much camping. Game modes are fun. Get used to it and make sure you're in a good party with good players, and then you'll win a lot of matches. Yeah, so Anyway, the game's great. I'm not really complaining about it too much. But anyway, guys, hopefully I didn't ramble too long about this review. But anyway, Battlefield 3 is a great, enjoyable game. It's not as great as I thought, but it's still good. It's still good. Also, too, expect my review of Modern Warfare 3, and I will be doing a midnight release vlog video of Modern Warfare 3 at Best Buy. So expect for that as well. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys at the Modern Warfare 3 midnight release. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.